Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world, and welcome to Gift of Healing TV and our sound experience. Now, I know for those of you that have signed up that you're expecting 4 of us, and you got 2 of us because we're having great fun with technology, and we have to look at it that way. David should be with us. Hopefully he will get back into the room. Sadly, we haven't got Patricia this evening. She's not been feeling well and sort of felt it better, or felt she couldn't really contribute fully to this evening, because it's evening with me here in the UK. So I am definitely joined by Joanne. Joanne, thank you so much for
You're so welcome.
This.
Oh, thank you for asking me, Sarah.
And we should have David, and he should hopefully join us as soon as he can get his mobile phone sorted out. So we don't, here he comes. Hopefully we've got you, David. Oh, that doesn't, yes.
Oh, yes. There you
Hello,
go.
David, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Hello and welcome, everybody. I brought a note because I'm late.
You're not late. You just had to leave and come back in again because of fiddling with buttons. But actually, do you know what? I love it, because we're here to talk about sound energy and then give an experience. But what's the most important sound that we don't have enough of in our lives? Laughter. And that's what this has given us. So thank you, David.
Thanks. So, I'm here to please.
So, brilliant. So we're going to talk a little bit about what did
he hit now? Oops.
He will rejoin us, I have no doubt. So we'll just keep going.
It's one of those days.
As you said, we're in another Mercury retrograde, and we've got the blue moon as well. So but I also trust the universe, and we will bring the sound energies to the folks that watch this. And that's the most important thing. So sound. I'm going to let you start, because I've done a lot of talking already.
Oh, but nobody heard you do all the talking.
Well, I meant at the beginning of the program. Oh yes, all before. Share a little of your understanding of sound and the power of sound and vibration.
Well, my understanding is that sound is what creates our universe and everything in it. It's vibration, it's sound, it's, in the Bible, it said in the beginning was the Word. And to me, that was always a reference to, in the beginning was sound and vibration. I always think of the music of the spheres, like there's always a hum. There is a hum in the universe that I believe I just recently read that scientists have actually begun to be able to measure. So everything is sound. And in fact, if we take the word Om, it is said that is like the creative force of the universe is held within the Om. So whatever we think about and intend to create for ourselves, followed by an Om as an example, it puts the power of creation in that intention. And we know there's a formula that is roughly intention plus frequency or sound equals healing or equals manifestation. So whatever we put our intention to and then create sound, we have the power of the creator to make stuff happen. And I know that it works. I've proven it to myself in little ways and big ways. So that's roughly my understanding. Sound is everything. We are sound. We are frequency. We're vibration. And so is everything else. Everything.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Because I don't go into the science of things, I'm just a great believer in trusting the energies, etc., and sort of the understandings. But the way I sort of put it a bit is, when we have aches, pains, illnesses, ailments, stresses, strains, it's our vibration out of sync. And the energy of the right sound, the vibration of the right sound can literally pull your energy back into sync. And I've been lucky enough to work with people. A migraine's been starting and the sound has stopped it and it hasn't materialized.
Yes.
Aches and pains in neck and shoulders that have released. I've had bones move under my hands when using sound without any manipulation. My hands have literally just been so, this is what I was working hands on. I work hands off these days, so I have no idea what's going on. But, you know, sort of, but my hands were just so gently on this person's back. And I was toning to them. They've been in a road accident earlier that week. And their whole body had been jarred. And they've basically been told by the hospital that you've got to live with it. Nothing we can do, get on with it.
Right.
And so I said, well, you've got nothing to lose then trying this, have you? And the guy said, I said, other than the pain. You know, so he sat down. It was just a taster session at a fair, an event. And all I did was place my hands so gently. They were just gently touching this jacket that he was wearing, really. But sufficient that when I was toning, suddenly his whole body moved.
Mm-hmm.
And everything went back into place. And he came back, saw me later, and he said, I feel better now than I did before the accident.
Mm.
And when you've had an experience, well, somebody else had the experience, but you've been a witness to that. But it's very much a matter of, I'm not the healer. I'm just the channel for that energy that is offered to the individual. In that particular case, I don't know what vibration we've got going on there. I'm just going to turn my speaker off for a second.
You know, I'm going to go fix something. My AC just kicked in. I'm going to go turn it off. It might be that.
Oh, okay. And so we're all about sound. This is a vibration. So it's amazing when we offer the sound energy to people. So David, welcome back. Joanne,
thank you. I do apologise. I'm just here for the entertaining.
Yes. Joanne, I don't know what that vibration sound is.
I think it's my AC, honestly, Sarah. I just turned the little knob to off. That usually takes a few seconds to get the message. So it should be going off.
Okay, brilliant. So David, Joanne shared a little of what she sort of her understanding of sound. I've shared a little of mine, and obviously an experience that I've had with people. Share a little of your understanding and thoughts with sound, because I know that you can come from a different perspective in respect that you wear your goblets behind, which is something I'd never seen or heard of before today.
Well, I'll tell you how I come about those, but my interest in sound has developed from about 10 years ago when I started looking into the use of some of these sacred geometry buildings. And it was said that they had masters of sound and light that worked in them. And they had their client, this is going back to ancient wisdom times, and they used to tune in. They had their client or the person who needed healing on the table, and then they linked into the energy that was coming in through the pyramids. This is what I heard. And they used to sound the frequency to assist in the healing of the body. So that's where my interest did start about 10 years ago. And then about 2 years ago, I went down to a shop in Peebles and they had for sale these crystal chalices, as they're known. But I got to, in my head, I've got to call them crystal grails for some reason. I can't get it out my head. But these crystal chalices that are made out of 95% quartz, the pure quartz, they are just made, individually made, and they sound, and you can never ask for a particular sound or frequency. However, I started off with this, the purple aura quartz one here. When I tested it, it sounded at 432 hertz, which was the miracle tone of nature. And along my way, I couldn't stop at one, could I? And then I got the second one, and then the third one in the middle. And although I've used them for healing on people, I'm going out and working in the country. I'm working out in nature with them, because we so often forget that nature needs the healing as well. And so when I play these, different things happen because they're all separate frequencies. For example, when I played this one, I was down on the River Tweed in Scotland, and I just thought, right, here I'm going to sit on the riverbank and play. And as I played, all the fish came from the middle of the river right up to my feet, and I managed to video this. And you just couldn't believe it. They were just all around my feet, hundreds of these fish, just listening to this sound. And then I took it to Holy Island, and I played it down on St. Cuthbert's beach down on Holy Island in Berwick. And all the seals started coming in off the sandbanks and coming in with their heads popping up in the water. So sound, my experience with this is very much with nature, which I'm really connected to, but I see the magic of sound working in nature as well as experiencing the magic of sound with people as well.
Yeah. And you use the word magic, but it's, and I suppose maybe that helps people to feel more comfortable with it. But that's the energy, isn't it? That is.
It is.
It's because we are a vibration.
Yeah.
And the other vibrations affect our vibration. And it can affect it negatively and it can affect it positively. And it's just trying to keep as much of the negative out of your life and bring as much of the positive into your life as you can.
Yeah. And I think sound is one of those things that are pure, whether it's the voice or whether it's toning, which is still the voice, or whether it's the singing bowls or whatever. I think that's one thing we cannot interfere with is pure sound. It cannot get toxified in a way. And using sound in so much, it just goes and does. We have no control over it. We just play it or voice it, and it goes and does what it needs to do.
It does. It absolutely does. So unless anybody's got anything else they would like to share about sound, shall we go into just sharing a few sounds?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because I know I've got my little Tibetan singing bowl here as well as my drum. Joanne, I know you said you've got a couple of Tibetan singing bowls, didn't you say there?
I do, if you want them. I mean, I'd have to go and get them, but I do have my tingshas right here.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And David, you've got your goblets. So
Yeah.
because let's have this, yes, because we've got the two things of metal. Shall we balance those either side of the crystal? So would you like to start with sort of just a little bit of the energy of the tinctures?
Sure. And then do you want me to go into my toning? right into that.
Shall we separate that out from just a little bit of the sound energy, and then we'll do something a bit bigger?
Sure. So I like to use the Ting Shas always when I'm starting a program and when I'm ending it. And it is because it's a sacred ceremonial way of clearing the energy, clearing the space around us and opening the circle. So that's what I'll do with this. So if we could take a deep breath. And I always like to do 3.
Beautiful.
That's so pure coming across.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah, they're very, very clearly coming across. David.
Right. I'm going to move to the side. I'm going to play them individually,
Okay.
and then I'll play the 3 together.
Okay.
Hopefully. They will continue to sing for a long time.
Mm.
Yeah. No. The vibration. And do you know what was really strange for me throughout that? Because I kept thinking, I can hear running water. And I still think I can hear it. So I hope I'm
It might be I have a fountain in here. You could be hearing my fountain.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you. No,
the
no,
beautiful
that's well.
sacred sounds of water is present.
Absolutely lovely. And I was, I can hear water. So with that, but yes, but what I would say to folks is we heard the tingsel really clearly, but obviously sometimes the mics don't pick up certain sounds. just know that the vibration is coming to you. Feel the vibration. You don't have, the joy is you don't have to hear these things. You can just feel them. And my little, sometimes she's amazing. Other times she's obviously not for her today. So let's see what we've got with my lovely little singing bowl. Don't know how much of that you heard, or just it was the vibration, but she was singing
Quite a
beautifully.
bit. We heard those sounds very well.
Yeah.
At least I could hear it.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, okay, folks. So, and I'd love that at the end you finished with your tinshaw when we finished with this next section before we close out the program. Is that all right, Joanne?
To do it at the end of the program? Absolutely, yes.
No, that'd be brilliant to finish, because I know when I was taught Reiki, my own Reiki master had some, and that's how she would always don't know about the starting, but she'd certainly always finish up. So yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So we might as well go as we've just done, Joanne, David, and myself, in that order. So Joanne, would you like to start us off with whatever it is, sound-wise, for the sound experience you would like to share with us today?
So yes, thank you. I would just like to say, starting off, that I did tune in to grandmother Anna earlier before we started, and she was the grandmother of Jesus. And I pulled an oracle card with her, and the message from her is that we're throwing out seeds of light. So I thought, great. I invited her in. I asked her to please join us here and to use me to throw out whatever seeds of light she would like to throw. So I'm going to invite grandmother Anna right now to join us. And I ask her to use me as a vehicle for her sharing her seeds of light through the sounds, through my own vocal cords. And I do hope that the sounds come through, but again, you will receive the vibration regardless of what you hear. So it is.
David.
Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome.
For me, music is really important, although it's not been my kind of first job or my main job sort of thing in this work. But I've really got into sound and seen how beautiful it can help people. If you look at the solfeggio frequencies, there is one particular one which is 174 hertz, and this can really help those that are in pain. And I've seen this happen even from the biggest skeptics, just by playing 174 hertz or something in the background, it can remove a lot of pain. These rails have their own job, and I'm just seeing if there's one that wants to come and play tonight, and just to send that vibration out. And it reaches, it's like the stone in the puddle, it will reach wherever it needs to go with sound. So with everybody suffering, or a lot of people suffering with anxiety and negative thoughts coming up, I just would like to play this for you. If you just sit in the sound of it, whatever it reaches out to you, I hope that you benefit from it. But I really work with these, with Mother Nature. But this is the one that wants to come for help with anxiety. It's a beautiful, say these are quite special, but please just take the sound from them. And if you see me out in the countryside or the rural area, just come and sit. If I'm playing anywhere near you, you'd be more than welcome. So it's really important that we try and use more sound in the healing for ourselves as well as for the planet. Get that pure sound, look at the solfeggio frequencies and play it in your house, play it around, just sit with it and just see the benefits you get. So this is 369 hertz for anxiety and removing the negative blockages for you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, David, for that vibration. Right. This is a shamanic drum I made earlier this year, and when we actually connected deeply with our drums, and we were connecting with the spirit of our drum. And although I didn't get this information at the time, I did receive it afterwards. The spirit of this drum is the spirit of every drum I have and ever will use in every lifetime, in every dimension. This spirit of this drum is always with me. And I am going to very new at this with the drum, but also with some sunlight language for you all. So I hope that you will ground if you haven't already, and your heart and your soul will understand who you are. Koi makakare, tututukea, baby koe, chi-chi-chi-chi-kea,
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
I have no idea what that meant. But yes, I really do enjoy doing that. I don't know. I just don't understand what it is. I just do. Maybe it's because that connection is so deep and so wide. And I don't know about all of you, but that's what the vibration is. It is so deep. It is so wide. It goes beyond anything that we can comprehend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are, as you said, we are all vibrating at a frequency. And when we kind of have not so good moods, our frequency goes down. So we need things to lift it up. And some music can bring tears to your eyes. And it's just such an emotional experience having sound or music in any form. It's such a massive healing tool. And you say it goes right down deep, because you hear that with certain pieces of music, and in certain, sometimes in sound baths, it goes right in, and it could be the singing bowl, it could be the drum, it could be whatever it is, but it just hits that spot deep inside, and it brings everything, it releases everything through beautiful tears to release things that we no longer need to carry.
So true. And I always think of the drum as really connecting me with the earth and the heartbeat of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we've got some folks watching. If you've got any feedback of any experiences that you had with any of those sound energies, please feel free to share. If you've got a question, please feel free to ask. I would like to share one thing, Joanne, when you were doing that, the mother love energy. I know you say it's grandmother Anna, but the mother love energies touched me so deeply.
Mm,
Really did. So thank you to you and to grandmother Anna.
yes.
And the sound of the David, really, what was amazing for me was I was very aware that David was actually doing, but the water just got louder and louder.
Oh my God. I had no control over that.
but maybe other people heard something different, but knowing that the thinking about water, thinking about the way water flows, and that water was for me, that water was carrying that energy that David's goblet was sharing.
It's funny because I always play these near a body of water, whatever one, because they get carried, they get absorbed into the water, and the water carries that message and frequency right around the world. So wherever I am, in a forest or down by the beach, these have to be played near water as well. So it's really interesting.
Yeah.
And I also love that your gold goblet is Egyptian.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that is just stunning. I was thinking, I want one of those so much. And, in those ancient healing temples, Hathors and Isis and Bast, and using sound was just, such a part of it, with all of their instruments and, of course, the voices.
Yeah.
And that just took me right into the temples of Egypt.
Yeah, it's incredible what sound does.
Yeah.
And it can bring back memories or invoke past lives or whatever that you need to hear.
Absolutely.
I believe as well, because sound is so pure when it comes from the heart, or it comes from something so pure as like the chalices and the crystal singing bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, because this was my latest acquisition.
Oh, it's just stunning. I have to see if I can find one for myself.
If you want to get advice on getting the best and the purest, look at the House of Gaia in Peebles.
Great.
They will be able to give you where to get the best of the best.
Great. I'm sure our listeners would like that too, to know where to find them.
Yeah.
And some sounds really build us up and we love them, but for other people, it might not be the same. Like for me, I love bagpipes. I absolutely melt when I hear bagpipes, but for other people, it's like, screaming cats. So you have to find what works for us,
100%. 100%, which is why I think what was so beautiful is we've all brought something really different to the program.
Yeah.
So hopefully the folks have, everybody that listens to this will take something from it, whatever that might be. And I think this is amazing because I can't hear your water fountain now.
No.
every time Dave,
Wow.
it got louder and louder and louder. It was amazing. But I don't know whether that's just me hearing it or whether that's what will end up on the video. But it is what it is. So we are coming up. I know we had a few hiccups at the beginning, but we had the laughter, which is beautiful. And I hope that folks are able to join in with that laughter, because it's always amusing when technology plays you up a bit. But we're coming to a close of the program. So, Joanne, anything finally that you would like to share before we close?
Oh, I would invite people to find, if they haven't already, to find out whatever sounds help them to feel blessed, nourished, uplifted, because we are in some very strange times and the energies are knocking us around a bit, some more than others. And this is a really, really important time to find those tools that can support us fully. And having whatever sounds are beautiful and soothing to us, I think is critical.
Thank you, David.
That was beautiful. That's something like I was going to say. So there must be a global conscious message here. But what I would say to people is, if you're just starting out on your sound journey, like I am, this is 2 years and I'm still learning. And you don't think, oh, do I know how to play that? Or how, am I good enough for this? Or, oh, I've made a bit of a mistake. I got told that sometimes when you go a bit off key, you're meant to, because the sound needs to clear things. So if it doesn't play 100% pure at a time, then maybe it's not meant to be. So please, if you're going out and you're starting to look into sound, never be afraid to hold back and just go and play it. I was afraid to go out in the forest to say, oh, what if someone's watching me? Now I just go out there and I sit and I play it, and it will resonate with some, it will not resonate with others. But just go out. The world needs higher frequencies, like you said, Joanne, just now.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And for those of you that are comfortable with using your voice, but even if you're not, you can start with speaking. Just repeat your name. If you can tone it, even better, and find your tone. When I tone my name, and I do this daily, I seem to have settled on the right sound that is my sound for my name.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not about asking anything of yourself. It's about acknowledging yourself, honoring yourself, and loving yourself. And remember, speaking is also a sound, a vibration. So think about how you speak it. And then if you can find the confidence to go into bringing some actual sound energy, toning energy to it, it's amazing how powerful that can be. You can bring that energy to yourself. So I will put our website addresses underneath the video, and we hope Patricia is feeling better soon. And we're going to do another sound experience at the end of November. I know Joanne has said that she will actually be in the Holy Land. Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
wonderful. For that, but hopefully we will have Patricia back with us before then. So but we are going to bring you another one this year. And next, but that's not to the end of November. Next week, actually, Ali Taylor is going to be joining me, and she's going to be sharing an autumn shamanic drum journey to let go and release. Mm-hmm. So I think more drumming, more sound. I'm a lover of sound, but we don't do sound every program. No, because there's other things that are important to share. So I hope that you'll consider joining us for that one. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, David. Thank you to those of you who are watching, listening live, and the replay. Love, peace, and light to you all. Take care. Be safe. Stay well. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.